Well, hey everybody, it's Joe, and I'm out here at Giga Texas, but I'm not alone. I'm with Rafael. He also is known as TesLatino, and you may have heard about some of his exploits with his Cybertruck. And today he gets a chance to come out here to Giga Texas, which is really pretty cool. Yeah. So thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, man. It's great to be here.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, some people in my channel may not know you too much. So what's your background and what about your truck here?
Yeah, so my name is Rafael. I live in Florida, close to Miami. I have been involved with the Tesla community since 2018 when since 2017 when I reserved, it was 4 years before that, right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I reserved the Model 3 and I just went down the rabbit hole with Tesla. I run a local Tesla owners club. It's been a little bit quiet lately this year.
Okay.
But yeah, like my truck here is one of a kind. And I know every Cybertruck owner thinks the same thing about their Cybertruck, but this truly is one of a kind.
Well, what makes yours so unique?
Well, we rigged it for camping, basically. We spent about 8 months living in the Cybertruck.
Okay.
We were touring North America.
Okay.
And we did all of the US a couple of times. We did Canada from the center. We went east all the way to Nova Scotia, and then we went west all the way to Vancouver.
Okay.
And then after that, we spent some additional time in the forests and deserts in California, in the US, and then we drove all the way to the Arctic Ocean in Tuktoyaktuk.
Okay, so this isn't just a normal Cybertruck that has a few miles on it. You actually have the most miles on any Cybertruck in the entire world.
Yes.
So how many miles do you have on it right now?
I think it's almost 56,000.
56,000. And when did you pick it up?
March.
So you even haven't a year yet, and you got 56,000 miles on it.
Yeah, right now at this very moment it's on 55,300.
That is pretty cool.
But
and
by the time I get back home in Florida, it's going to have over 56,000.
I bet. And you just literally drove from Florida and stopped here, right?
Yeah, literally. This is my first actual stop for, hanging out. This is it to see you.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Now, another question for you. I mean, you've done a lot of trips, but probably your marquee one is going up to the Arctic Circle. So talk a little bit about that and, how did that come about and just what was your experiences?
Well, the first thing is that a lot of people thought we were crazy.
Okay.
We had a lot of people that were saying, you're never going to make it. You should bring a generator.
Yeah.
The negativity, not necessarily on purpose, but the ignorance, right?
Okay.
People don't understand how these things are done. And mind you, we are aware that there's no infrastructure, high-speed DC fast charging after a certain point.
Yeah.
So what we did was that this expedition, which we called Cybertruck, the Arctic Cybertruck.
Right.
It's a play
and you
on
got
words.
the logo on the front of the truck now.
We have the insignia of the Arctic expedition here. What we did was that not only did we plan it to go to very specific places so that we can figure out how we're going to get there, but we also brought in 6 Tesla wall connectors to donate them so that other EVs can do it easier than what it has been for a while. Like we are not the first EV to make it.
Yeah.
We are the first 2 Cybertrucks to go from Florida all the way to the Arctic Ocean. But other EVs have done the trip, but it's always very challenging because there's no true DC fast charging network after Dawson City in the Yukon. So from there to get to the Arctic Ocean, it's over 550 miles each way, and there's no DC fast charging. So we relied on a service shop at Eagle Plains.
Okay.
And then we charged at another service shop from the RCMP in Inuvik. And then from there, that charge was enough for us to go from Inuvik to Tuktoyaktuk and come back to Inuvik.
Okay.
This is the one thing that is probably of the most significance during this trip. The team is leaving behind a wall connector that will allow other travelers like us to have the same adventure. At their own pace, at their own style, but it's here. I want you to see it. This is super exciting, really, because when we were driving over to this location, it was like, fingers crossed, we're gonna make it. Yes, we made it. Then let's find the plug, and we find the plug. We connected to it. We're still charging, but this one that we're gonna leave is gonna allow other travelers to do it easier. Once this is connected, it will be on the map, and other people like you, like us, will be able to use it. So check it out. This is in the spirit of the adventure. This Tesla wall connector will be made available to other travelers.
Donated 6 wall connectors, and right now they're all active finally.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. You know, people who want to follow your trip, they can, and you actually have a map for that. And with all the chargers, where can they go to find that information?
Yeah, well, you can find my stuff on YouTube,
Okay.
And on X.
Okay.
TesLatino is my handle.
Okay.
But we do have the website for the expedition.
Okay.
So I'm publishing content, travel adventures, a little bit of FSD stuff, and just vlogs in general every now and then on the channels. But we did a website for the expedition where my friend Justin, bearded Tesla guy,
Okay, yeah.
and I collaborated on that website. That is ArcticCybertruck.com. So,
Okay.
It's a play on words, so Arctic Cyber Trek, TREK.com.
All right, well, cool. Well, I'll put the link up and people
Yeah.
can take a look at that. Now, you know, one of your other interesting parts of your trip for the 56,000 miles is you actually went out to Fremont and you met up with Wes Morrill, who's the chief engineer of Cybertruck.
Yes.
So what was that like?
That was incredible because when we were coming back from the Yukon and the Northwest Territories, Wes asked us if we could swing by Palo Alto
Okay.
to meet him with his team.
Okay.
We had already met before, but only with him.
Yeah.
And we were able to go to their engineering offices and hang out with their teams that work on the production engineering side of things.
Okay.
And they were coming out in rounds, asking questions about the experience, getting feedback from us. And as a matter of fact, some enhancements are coming out based on the feedback
Really?
that we
Okay.
provided. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
I can actually point to one of them, which is the self-leveling feature right now.
Okay.
It forces the tonneau to be open
Okay.
because it's tied to the cyber tent.
All right. All right.
But when you're not using a cyber tent and you need to self-level and you don't want the tonneau open,
Yeah.
it should be optional, was our feedback. And that's actually going to come in an update at some point soon, very
That'd
soon.
be cool. Well,
Yeah.
I think a lot of us who own Cybertrucks are looking forward to that. Now, you have so many miles on your truck. Was there anything that went wrong with your truck, and did Wes ask about that?
Honestly, the only issue that I've had in the entire truck since I own it has been the tonneau. I had
Okay.
some issues in the beginning.
Okay.
The tonneau was misaligning itself, and that was preventing it from closing smoothly. So I had to kind of help it a little bit with my hand.
Okay.
But they had revised parts. After I came back from the Arctic,
Yeah.
I took it to my local service center, and the Tesla team in Palo Alto sent the details of what needed to be fixed.
Okay.
And they fixed it, and I've been using it, and it hasn't failed again.
So other than that, 56,000 miles, and really it's been trouble-free?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
No issues. I had the rear drive unit replaced, but
Okay.
not because it had an issue. It was because at that point I was at, I think, 15 or 18,000 miles already, and that was in June.
Yeah, okay.
And I was already the highest customer Cybertruck in the world. So they just wanted to evaluate my drive unit. So they just swapped it for a new
Okay.
one, which is more
Okay.
efficient and more like quiet.
All right, well, very
Yeah.
cool. Well, now we're here at Giga Texas. You have the truck, and it's possible, I mean, they're going to give you a factory tour, but it's possible they may want to take a look at your truck, or maybe have some of the engineers look. And so
Yeah.
what is that like to have Tesla reach out to you and something like that?
It's very satisfying to know that they value us as customers and also as advocates.
Okay.
I also, when we came down, after meeting with Wes, we went to Hawthorne and we met with Franz von Holzhausen.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he and his teams also were doing the rounds, asking us questions. And it was really good. They are so passionate about the work that they're doing, not just for the Cybertruck, but in general.
Yeah.
I mean, the employees of Tesla they live and like they breathe the mission.
Yeah.
They live it every day, and hopefully I get to join them. I actually interviewed.
Oh, did you? That'd be cool.
I interviewed last week to see if they give me a chance to become one of their performance test drivers for autopilot and stuff. So we'll see if that goes through.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I agree. I mean, one of the reasons why I cover Giga Texas is the employees here are just so amazing, and they're so passionate about what they're doing, and they believe in the mission, and it's a different kind of excitement that you get from other factories.
Absolutely, 100%. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Well, I lie. I've seen it before on the SpaceX employees.
Oh, okay.
It's madness. I mean, when, we know that Elon cannot do everything himself because it's like no one person can do it, but the teams that he has been able to put together are incredible.
Right.
You ask the majority of the young people that are coming to the work world and to the workforce, where do they want to work, especially if they're in technology? It's either Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink.
Right.
It's just insane.
Well, I've been in government, I've been in business, and one of the most important things is people who are working on something want to be able to see what they're working on being used. Yeah. And with both SpaceX and Tesla, people are working on things that like the next day literally are being used.
Yep.
And now speaking of SpaceX, not just coming here to Giga Texas, you're on your way to SpaceX, and so am I for Flight 7 of the Starship.
Yeah, absolutely. So, madness.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. And I think, we met at Flight 6 back in November, and we're going to be able to hook back up on the beach. Hopefully we'll be able to see a nice launch coming up.
The chopsticks.
Yes.
I want to see the chopsticks in action.
I did too. But well, anyway, I just thought you guys might be interested in Rafael's TesLatino's story, his Cybertruck, who's really the star of this whole event, and 56,000 miles all over North America and almost beyond. I mean, all the way up to the Arctic Circle. And you heard it from the man himself. The Cybertruck has been really good for him, and of course the relationship with Tesla has been amazing as well. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you have a great tour here at Giga Texas, and you enjoy yourself, and hopefully some of the engineers get a chance to meet up with you and ask you a bunch of questions about your truck.
That'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, so thank you very much, and all the best, and I'll see you in a few days down at Starbase.
Have fun, Joe.
All right, take care, everybody.
Bye.